The Science Reference Center is an application that's available at infoohio.org on 3 different sections. It's available for grades K-5, grades 6-8, and grades 9-12. Right now, I'm under the grades 9-12 resource band, and all I have to do is click on the application to start it. As always, I'm given some browsing choices to select, and I have popular resources if I just want to explore. There's a featured item. For teachers, I have lesson plans, science experiments, citation help available for students as well, research guides, curriculum standards, and worksheets. If I use my search term of wombat, I'm connected immediately to some images of wombats so I can see what they look like. And this is a search for periodicals specifically related to science. I can limit my search to a certain date by simply adjusting this bar over here. So if I adjust 2009 to 2019, my search results of 72 have now reduced to 38. I could click on subject and eliminate some other items if I just want to focus on articles that also include Australia as a search term. I can select this box. And now I have the 7 articles related to wombats and Australia. If I wanted to do away with that eliminator, all I have to do is click the X to remove it. And I'm returned back to my 38. I can also choose publication. So if I'm looking for something specific to a specific publication, such as I want National Geographic Kids, I can select that. And now I have the 3 articles from that publication. If I've decided I've narrowed my search too much, I can simply remove that. Now, each search result will give me my title, my author, my basic citation information. This is published by Ranger Rick, February 2017, volume 51, issue 2. The article is on page 30, 35. I have 11 color photographs. I have my Lexile level. And I have my information about how to connect to it. The downside is if it's HTML full text, you'll remember that it had 11 color photographs. But unfortunately, under the HTML, all I'm going to get is this information. It was a color photograph, and this is what was in the photograph. I'm not going to get the actual picture. But what I can do is I can have this article read to me.
Wombat Rescue. Contents. 1. Raising wombats. 2. Growing up.
I can also change if I want it in an Australian or British accent. I can change the volume. I can explore with the settings, like maybe I want the highlighter to be red or the sentence color to be red, my text color. Highlighting, do I allow it or do I not allow it? All of those are options. I can attach this to my Google Classroom. Brings up a new window. I simply choose my class, and then I can choose my action. I can create an assignment, ask a question, make an announcement, or create material. And then once I make that selection, I tell it to go. It takes me to the class, and all I have to do is enter a title, instructions, and complete the rest of the Google Classroom information. I can add this to a folder. Students and teachers, you can create a sign-in separate to the school. All you have to do is, I tell it to sign in with Google so that it simplifies everything. I've already created my login and username, so I'm automatically, all I have to do is sign in with Google. It makes everything very easy. And then I can add that to my Google Drive, or I can add it to this folder here. And when I click on the folder at the top, all of my files that I've saved from Info Ohio are going to be here. And I can click on these different articles to see what articles I've saved. Now I just select back to return to the search or the article I have selected. I could print this, I could email it, I can say, you know what, I don't want this note anymore in my folder. Save it. I can cite my source, which is my favorite part. And all I have to do is select the format. Do I want APA? Since this is science, I probably do. All I have to do is highlight, copy, and paste onto my works cited page. I can have MLA if I prefer that. I could export this. I usually will often email documents to myself. The subject is Wombat, and if I want to make a lesson, and then I can send this. I like to send the articles to myself, that way I have a backup way to access the article. It's not necessary, it's just an old research trick. I can create notes, I can create a permalink that I can then attach to whatever document I want to use, and I can guarantee that students, teachers will automatically be able to access this exact article. Once it's created, I just simply highlight it, copy and paste into whatever document I need. I could do an advanced search if I want to use the Boolean terms. I could do find any of my search terms. I can limit by publication if I wanted to, data publication. Do I want full text, which of course I would highly recommend. Things that are scholarly reviewed. I could select articles by the Lexile or grade level, or if I have PDF full text, which is my favorite. But if I go back to basic search, I do my Wombat, I like PDFs because with a PDF, I have a better chance of getting the pictures and what the article actually looked like in the magazine, periodical. And in this case, I still have all of the same options. I can add this to my Google Classroom, to my Google Drive. I can print. I can email this to myself. I can, oh, it's already in my folder. I could cite my sources. I can export it. I can create a permalink. But I like the PDFs simply because I can also download, or I can download here, print. But I see this as it was in the periodical, so I'm guaranteed a picture and proof that wombat's poop is cubed. Now, just like in the periodical, I'm going to get whatever was on that page, and in this case, I see I have an excerpt from Science News, and this is an advantage for librarians, for readers, or anybody really, but the student has to do the article, read the article, do whatever assignment is with the article, but maybe they have an interest that we're not aware of, and they look over and they see, like, oh, this is really interesting. Here's the Mars rover. If they click on this link, they can access all the information that was in that magazine simply using the table of contents over here on the left side. So they get a chance to read the whole magazine if they would like, um, which I think for those of us who simply just like to, oh, that looks interesting, and follow that trail, PDFs are very nice and useful for that. So I'm going to go back to my result list. And that is the Science Reference Center.